Today we are going to build an adapter that lets us use USB-C devices with a Makita battery. For example, we can charge a phone or power this miniware soldering iron. For this project, I bought a module that converts 8 to 30 volts DC into the correct voltage for a USB-C port. It is a PD charger that can provide 5, 9, 12, 15 or 20 volts. The maximum output power is 45 watts. This module has only a few components. There is a fuse, an IC with no markings. It controls the switching power supply and communicates with devices connected to the USB port. Some capacitors that smooth the current, an inductor that helps convert the voltage, and a diode in the corner. The module accepts input voltage of 8 to 30 volts. On the other side, there is a USB-C output. As far as I know, this is a buck converter, so it can only reduce the voltage, not increase it. I previously built a Makita adapter that allows me to draw power directly from the battery for various devices, such as soldering iron. However, it cannot change the voltage or communicate with a connected device. It simply outputs the current battery voltage. With that adapter, I can use belt sander or mini circular saw. I prefer to use a saw outdoors, so the dust doesn't get inside, and the adapter has been very useful for that. However, it won't work with my new soldering iron or a phone. For this module, I printed a housing with an opening for the USB connector. The housing attaches to Makita battery adapter. This gives me a compact USB-C power supply powered by a Makita battery. The enclosure has a platform where I can mount the module directly. I'll roughen the surface slightly to improve adhesion. I will attach the module there with double-sided tape. Next, I'll attach the enclosure to the Makita adapter. There is a hole where I can later install a wire that allows power to be drawn directly from the battery, bypassing the module. That way I can still use this adapter with my belt sander or mini circular saw. The idea is to use this Makita battery with all kinds of USB powered devices, such as phone and laptop. Before that, the device needs to be tested thoroughly to make sure the module provides power of sufficient quality and won't damage devices. This is a Chinese module with an unknown IC that has no markings, so there is no guarantee about the quality of the output. At least initially, I will use it with soldering iron, and then I can test it with some older devices that wouldn't be a major loss if they were damaged. This is a very easy project to wire up. Only 2 wires need to be soldered. Now let's test it. I won't close the housing yet. At least the red LED lights up. It's difficult to see on camera, but it is definitely on, which is a good sign. Let's see what the USB tester reports. I'll put it in the protocol detection mode. The tester will now go through all the protocols supported by the device. All protocols are detected. Here we can see the PD voltage ranges from 5 volts all the way up to 20 volts. The Qualcomm protocols are also available. However, I only need the PD modes. Let's check the ripple voltage of the Makita module. The tester shows 70 millivolts, which is a good value, but that's without a load. When I connect a load, the reading jumps around a lot and finally settles below 300 millivolts. Let's compare that to a wall charger. Without a load, the ripple is 30 millivolts. Under load, the value fluctuates at first and then settles at around 400 millivolts. The ripple values are similar, so I feel comfortable using this module. Let's also test how much power this adapter can deliver. It's advertised as a 45 watt module, but let's see what the real output is. I have a setup here where I'm boiling water with the soldering iron. The power is over 30 watts and keeps fluctuating, occasionally reaching 37 watts. So it doesn't quite reach the advertised 45 watts, but it's more than enough for my purposes. The thermal camera shows that the module itself doesn't heat up very much. Then again, the buck converter isn't doing much work right now, because the voltage isn't being reduced. The device is probably safe to use, at least it doesn't immediately catch fire. So I feel comfortable to screw everything together. Let's test it with a few more devices. This mini screwdriver charges correctly from the adapter. It requires 5 volts and works with a PD power supply. I don't have many devices that can use this USB-C port directly. Most of them require an old USB-A connector on the other end. Like this fan, for example, doesn't work by itself. However, this USB meter wakes up the adapter and causes it to provide power, allowing the fan to run. The device works exactly as it should. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.